Alright, Lancers, so today we are finally getting around to showcasing the brand new characters in Brave Souls, the brand new Future Society characters, NNOITORA, Aaroniero, and also Aaroniero. And for today's video, we're here to have a look at NNOITORA, the least exciting of the three, but at the same time, I got to give his flowers. Round of applause because NNOITORA was the only character released in this banner that wasn't bugged. Both Aaroniero and Aaroniero had problems with their kit. In NNOITORA's case, at least from the looks of it, until otherwise discovered, he seems to be functioning as intended. Now, I will say, again, I'm going to say the same thing for all three characters. I absolutely love the design. His one's quite simple in nature, but I do like the idea of it. And you're seeing the gameplay, he does look really cool. Now, NNOITORA is best looked at the new Mind Super Links of Farmer, and with that, as we've seen with the past Super Links of Farmers, except Nashiro, unfortunately, he is offering a +5 Mind Super Links of Potions as a soul trait, making him a very good link for just farming purposes, right, when it comes to Super Links of Potions. You can double down and put that on someone like Rangiku. You can put it on someone like 1000 Year Blood with Ichigo, and make him a Super Links of Farmer. So the options that this link opens up is actually really good. But the great thing that we see with this character is that he's not just designed to be a link. Like, sure, you can put him as a link, but the great thing is that through his skill, he also does offer an additional 5. So just by using him or by putting him on someone like Rangiku, you are getting +10 Mind Super Links of Potions. Now, because he is a Super Links of Farmer, you do want to use him, of course, in Inheritance Trials. His damage output and how he's going to clear that content is very important. Unlucky for him, it shouldn't be that much of an issue. He does come with Frenzy +2, an 80% SP boost, an increased chance to inflict stat ailment against all Mind characters, and you also do 60% more damage to lacerated enemies. I don't think we've seen a farmer with this amount of damage output as far as characters that don't go through Iron Skin. You know, the more traditional way, the better way to play Inheritance Trials is to have a character like Senjumaru who just pierces Iron Skin. But as far as characters that are designed to inflict stat ailments, that's their way of getting through the Iron Skin ability in Inheritance Trials, this is probably one of the best. The great thing about him too is that he is immune to every stat ailment, so he's overall just going to be a very good character that realistically you can use in any Inheritance Trials, regardless of the enemies that you are going against. As long as they aren't immune to lacerate, he's always going to be a very good character to bring, but again, you also do have the option to never use him. You could use him as a link. I guess it is a commendable thing. Even if for some reason you don't like the character, you can always use it as a link for other and potentially better characters. Now, for today's showcase, we are going to be using the following builds: a Fortification Pill, a Teacup, and also a Zeta Pill because there are currently hidden enemies in this particular Inheritance Trials quest. Unfortunately, we don't have Killer against these enemies, and usually when it comes to testing characters in Inheritance Trials, I do like to have Killer effects. So we'll definitely try the character once more in the future when he does have Killer, in this case against Quincy enemies, which truth be told might be a while away because the last IT we just had just featured Quincy enemies. As for the links though, we have a stacked set of links: 1000 Year Blood with Ichigo, Mugetsu, and also Kakao Society start, giving us a great mixture of strong attack damage, recharge, and also more strong attack damage only when at full stamina. Combined, we're getting over 1800 SP, absolutely insane. With that said, let's jump into the Ultra Quest. Alright then, so first up, again, model in-game looks really cool. He actually has a knife on one hand and then he has his metal arm on the other. His SA1 is going to be an AoE in front of him, which is like a vacuum type vortex, does hit quite a few times, and as you'll see there, it has a pretty good chance of inflicting an SP boost, right? So more often than not, when you use that SA1, you're going to get the SP boost. His SA3 is just, of course, going to be a full screen, very fast AoE to it, and again, the great thing about this character that we can remember stand wherever we want to. And then his SA2, I believe, is going to be a lunge forward, kind of similar to Aaroniero, I believe, SA2. Overall, it's a decent kit, right? This character wants to inflict stat ailment, that's his way of getting through the Iron Skin abilities, so having attacks that hit multiple times, vortex-like attacks, honestly do work in his favor. He doesn't have the best AoE, so in a case like this, which in my opinion is one of the more difficult Inheritance Trials, just given these enemies in front of us here have ridiculous AoE to them, right? The lack of range could be a problem, but thanks to the fact that he is immune to every stat ailment, we don't have to really worry about where we are standing. And right now, as far as things are going, we are clearing it relatively fast. We are one-shotting, and this is at 1 out of 5. Although, again, he is still tied behind the fact that he wants to inflict stat ailments. You know, as of late, I'll say right there, though, that was great. That SA3 was an absolute nuke. I'd say as of late, though, most people are more accustomed to Senjumaru's gameplay, where, you just go through Iron Skin. It's a lot better, but this ain't too bad. It's the first time, I believe, right, we've seen a character like this, with Frenzy +2 and an 80% SP boost for a farming type character, unless I'm forgetting someone. I'm not really sure. Unfortunately, I got grouped in by Neliel's strong attack, but that's fine. We did actually still one-shot. We aren't rocking too much full stamina, so even if we do take a hit or two, doesn't matter all too much. So let's go here. Let's group everyone up. And then group this lad up. And then let's use our strong attack here. I don't know how I'm going to go ahead about doing this. Do I just go ahead and use my summon now? I'm not really sure how strong his summon actually is. One thing I will say, though, is that his soul bomb, it looks really cool. It really, really does. So, unfortunately, we have taken a bit of damage. So, we have lost a bit of full stamina. Didn't use my soul bomb correctly. And we died. I swear, these enemies right here are probably the most annoying enemies in the entire game. More annoying than humans, I'll be honest. Either way, that was our very first run. Just a test run, right? We weren't trying to go for the fastest play time. Just testing how the character does play. That's a cool end pose. And in this case, we've got a 2 minute and 47 second clear time. Not super amazing, but thus far, it's already better than Aarionero's. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's try that once more, though. This time, let's try and get a tad bit faster, right? Let's use our SA3. He does feel smooth, I will say. Like, you can see there, we are one-shotting. He's not as bad as someone like Mashiro. Mashiro is a character that's very similar to him. But the difference and the benefit here with NNOITORA is that we do have a SP boost. So even in a case where we don't inflict a stat element against a particular enemy, we're still able to do a bit more damage, right? We are definitely going to have to spend a few more strong attacks on certain enemies. You know, as opposed to someone like Halibo even. And maybe even more so Senjumaru, of course. They're just going to absolutely just one-shot everything they go against. But this honestly ain't bad. As far as characters that go, that want to inflict stasments, this is probably the best variation of a character that we have gotten. Because you can see here, we actually are doing quite well. So let's go here. Let's SA2. Good amount of damage there. Let's look at stock. 25k a hit, I believe. And that was without inflicting lacerate on the first part. And then SA2 finishes up there, nice and easy. I do believe of the 3 future society characters that we are going to showcase over the coming days, he probably has the least impressive visuals, but then again, it's kind of expected. I believe the story-wise is that he doesn't have access to the same tech as the other characters. He's more of a bandit, at least that's my impression. Let's go here, SA3. Did get the SP boost. SA1 finishes up there. Nice and easy. And then we just got to do this last enemy here. But yeah, NNOITORA is more of a brawler character, right? He's using like an actual knife and like his built-in weapon, which I do think looks cool. So let's go here. SA3. That was good. And then now let's soul bomb. Wow, the SP boost. I soul bombed. What's going on? Why did I take damage? Oh, we got absolutely robbed. It's not bad. I don't know why I took damage there. Usually when you use your soul bomb, you get that protection. Okay, that's unfortunate. That was a much better run, though, I would say. A much better run. Definitely more in line with what you expect of a character like this, right? And that's by himself. You're not ever playing IT by yourself. But I like to test out characters like this by themselves to see how they do perform. And in this case, a 1 minute and 57 second playtime for a character that doesn't go like Pierce Einskin is actually really good. I think if he has Killer, you can get that down to 1 minute and 30-ish. But of course, when you are playing with other characters, other Super Links or farmers, you're overall going to clear very, very fast. And remember, within the runs, you are getting more Super Links or potions. NNOITORA, as of right now, does offer plus 10, and he allows other characters, other Super Links or farmers to get plus 10, or again, other non-farmers to now become farmers that offer plus 5. Alright then, so here we go. Now we have a full lobby. In this case, 3 other Rangiku. That's what you're going to see more often than not, right? Now, in this case, we do have actually a Rangiku that does have the NNOITORA as a link, so we are getting 10 more additional Super Links or potions than we would normally get had NNOITORA not been a character, right? Even though only one of us are using NNOITORA, we are still getting benefit from the link. So let's go ahead and use our SA2 there. As you can see, right now, clearing very fast. We have 2 people autoing, one of them being my main account, right? But the run's going good thus far. Let's go ahead and use our SA1 into the 3. That goes into the boss stage. NNOITORA, believe it or not, the boss that we just went against is usually one of the more annoying ones. And the great combination too here is that one great thing about Rangiku is that if you do take damage and you do potentially lose that full stamina, she does have a team heal in between stages. Let's use that SA3 here, why not? It does feel powerful using that SA3. Sometimes, even though the animation is very simple, it's literally just an uppercut. It does feel powerful when using it. Let's use the SA1 there, back it up. Go forward, SA3. There we go. Because the SA3 comes out really quick. And in this case, if we position ourselves correctly, the SA2 does do enough damage there. And then we can just use our Soul Bomb. Enemies have gotten weak enough. There we go. Didn't do as much damage as I wanted to, but I believe the SP boost just wore off, that's why. And then finish up with the 3. I haven't mentioned it just yet, but I did mention when the character first released. I do like the color scheme for this character being like the black and yellow, which is very similar to his current 3 world design, which I also thought looked really, really cool. In that case, though, a 1 minute and 26 second playtime, honestly, really good, right? None of us here in this quest had Killer. With Killer, we can probably get it down to maybe like 110, maybe 1 minute, probably not. But this is still a respectable clear time for the amount of potions that we are getting. In this case, across the board, almost 60, right? 60 super links or potions, 30 normal links or potions. And had every person in this lobby been using a NNOITORA, we would have got upwards to 70 super links or potion, which is really, really good. Next up, though, we are going into the Renji Epic Raid. Currently, this boss does have 20 million stamina, so it isn't really the most difficult one out there. But we'll see how it does go. Everyone in my lobby right now aren't really built up, to be fair. I don't think we have a single link-sorted character in this lobby besides me. Truth be told, it should hopefully be fine, right? Now, if you aren't already aware, in Epic Raids, Last Rate isn't that good, right? Last Rate is a stat ailment that doesn't activate when the boss is attacking, but lucky for us, as you can see, we've already inflicted a stat ailment, which is actually really good. That's, of course, thanks to the fact that he does have an increased chance to inflict stat ailment, of course, against any mind enemy. I'm going to let the summon play out. Sorry for everyone that is in the lobby, but I like the summon. It actually looks really, really cool. And we did get the SP boost there, and now we're doing significantly more damage. We are currently a bonus, so it is expected. But right now, it's basically a good month if you want to play Epic Raids, right, to use NNOITORA as a bonus. He is going to be one of those characters that can do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, we're going to have to spend a bit of extra time here just to destroy this. No one has the Renji pet, but we were still able to beat it, right? But in Epic Raids, NNOITORA is doing more damage. He's giving you +5 links or potions. If you want to clear as fast as possible, while also getting additional medals, additional links or potions, NNOITORA right now is probably the best character to use in the Heart attribute for the following month. I would do Epic Raids again, but he is going to perform. In this case, though, for our first run, we did get a 41-second clear time. For our second run, though, we're going to do the Epic Raid again, this time only using NNOITORA, right? So can we actually solo it? I would hope so. I have given the pet, the Renji pet in particular, so we actually can go for his faster. Most to destroy this ship, but as you can see there, right, we already inflicted a stat ailment right from the get-go, so getting the SP boost on a character like this is not going to be an issue. It's really not. And we are able to do a lot of damage here. In this case, it's going to be a decent test, see how long or quick it takes him to do 20 million damage. Let's go there. And we could actually clear faster had I give him like weakened defense or something. Might as well use the summon now just to reapply the SP boost. And then we can use our SA2 here. And we should be fine, right, with the pet. Yeah, the pet easily makes us a quick breeze. And look at that. We almost played the exact same speed with just a 1-5 NNOITORA by himself in Epic Raids. Yeah, 43 seconds to be exact. Honestly, not too bad. And that's essentially NNOITORA in a nutshell. Honestly, a really cool character. I'd say he deserves it, because even though NNOITORA does get a character every single year, the last two variations of NNOITORA haven't really been the greatest or that's cool, right? The last one in particular being quite disappointing for an end-of-month character. This one definitely does live up to the end-of-month standards. Again, as far as inheritance trials farmers do go, those that want to inflict stat ailments to get through Iron Skin, he probably is the best version of that we have gotten, thanks to the fact that he does have Frenzy +2 and an 80% SP boost with the increased chance to inflict stat ailments. Once more, a great thing about this character is that if you don't want to use him, you can just use him as a link for someone like Swimsuit Rangiku, or you can use other characters that now become super links or farmers. So there's definitely a lot of usability with this character as a character or as a link. His damage output's honestly really good, especially for a farming character, and I would have loved, personally, had he been a range character. I get that he's not designed for Guild Quest, but as we all have seen, the range Quincy Guild Quest doesn't have access to that many good characters, despite when we showcase it, Okura being the answer. The Guild Quest phase in particular still does need support, and he's one of those farmers, NNOITORA, that could also just be a good Guild Quest character, because most farmers you don't use in Guild Quest, right? But NNOITORA, you honestly could. Friendly +2, 80% SP boost, more damage to last rated enemies. Like, you can use them in Guild Quest, which I think is quite commendable. Are you going to? Probably not, because the merely Quincy Guild Quest has access to other good characters, but I mean, if you want to, you could. And that's what I would have loved if he was a ranged character instead, with the exact same strong attack kit that he did have. In my opinion, though, overall, this character's great. Nothing to really complain about. Good visuals, cool character, good design, a lot of usability as a link or a character. Overall, solid new character with this cyberpunk-themed NNOITORA. But shout out to Dragon, my guildmate, for letting me use their account today to showcase NNOITORA. I had a fun time using him. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, and peace.